A? The answer is no. This is the only one. Okay? How many tangents does a curve have? What do you think? The whole curve got a lot of tangent or not? Yes, every point has a tangent. So you write infinitely many. Okay, then they ask you, at what type of points will the tangent be a horizontal line? What type of point? This is a horizontal. This is a horizontal. What kind of points are these? Maximum and minimum point. So you can also call it your turning points. This is chapter 5.3. Okay? So your graph question will only ask you to draw one tangent. You draw it, you get 1 mark. You find the gradient, you get your second mark. Yes. One big one. The smaller ones will be like under coordinate geometry. Okay, so for example, if I say, can you find the gradient of the curve at the point 224? Go to your graph and locate the point. So this is the point on your graph. There is 224. Go and put your ruler there. Okay, adjust until you see that the angle on both sides is about the same. Then you draw the line. Only that point, cannot pass through more than one. So if you sing it right like that, then you draw. The moment it cuts more than other points and never pass through that point, I'll mark wrong. So your tangent point can only pass through that point. Okay, next. They want gradient. Go to your graph and pick any 2 points on the line you draw. Make sure it's easy to read. So in this case, they say this is 4.8 and this is 1.5 and 28. So just go and find gradient. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And then you calculate. So that's your second mark. If your answer is in range, you get the mark. If it's out of range, you don't get. So it's a bit of luck, So you get gradient is -8. So this itself is 2 marks. Make sure you do the question. Even the graph you draw is weird. Go to your graph, locate that point, draw tangent. Then go and calculate gradient. You still get your 2 marks even if your graph is wrong. So don't leave the question blank. Yes. Depends. Maybe 9, I think. Okay, when will the graph get a negative gradient? When it's downward sloping. Okay, this is when it's upward sloping. Silas, you paying attention or not? I rarely see Justin so happy. All done? Yeah, after this.
No more coffee already.
No, it's not about the coffee. comes like 2-3 months once.
Your children see all this?
These kind of children. Okay, this one. Find the gradient at the point 3, 0. Go to your graph and locate the point first. Put your ruler there. Adjust left and right. Make sure you only touch that one point. Don't draw like that, please. Don't throw your one mark off. Your tangent line must touch that point only. You draw like that, nothing. So make sure you touch your graph and draw it such that it passes through that point. Your mind also off. Some more. Okay, something like that. So the moment you draw this, you get one mark. Even if it's not accurate, we will penalize at the gradient calculation. Not here, huh? So make sure you get this one mark. Next is go to the graph and pick a point that is easy to read. For example, here is maybe here, 5, followed by 13. Okay, then another point, just choose the original one, 3, 0. So go and calculate gradient. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Any 2 points on the gradient line. So like that is 2 marks. Yes. So this is 1 mark. This is 1 mark. Make sure you do. So imagine drawing your graph already 2 marks. Gradient of tangent line 4 marks already. Then they will ask you to read certain coordinate, another 1 mark. Then they will ask you to find suitable line. So if suitable line cannot find, never mind. Okay, but at least you get 5 marks already. Okay, so next question, they say the gradient of the curve. Yes. That one, I will go through one graph question to summarize the whole thing. Okay? So I want to find the gradient of the curve at B is 0. Where do you think is B? Where will the gradient be 0? At where? Origin is here. A maximum point here. So if I were to draw my gradient line, this is when gradient is 0. So the point B is this one, 1, 2. Okay? So they say draw the tangent to the curve at B and write down the coordinate. So this is the tangent that I draw. This is my coordinate. Then they say, can you write down the range of values for which the gradient of the curve is negative? So you imagine, your curve is here, right? As it moves here, my gradient will start to turn downward. Can you see that? Let me draw for you. At the start, my gradient here will all be positive until it hit this point, becomes 0. But when you start going down slope, can you see that your gradient becomes negative? So they ask you, when will your x value start to become negative? It is where x is greater than 1. So starting from here, all your x value, your gradient will become negative already because it is downward sloping. Starting from here, it will start to slope down. Anything before that, it slopes up. Okay, of course they won't ask you questions like that, but this is just conceptual. So this is the range, the yellow zone. Okay, where your graph is downward sloping. Can? Okay, let's try one together. Let's answer this quick question. Find the values of x where y is 5. So go and draw the line y equals to 5. And find the x. So one is here. The other one is here. So two answers. X is 1 or x is 4. Then they ask you, will the graph meet the line y equals to 4? What do you think? Does it meet? Does it meet? Your graph meet the line y equals to 4 or not? Yes, at only 1 point. Yes, at the lowest point. To 4. This is the lowest point. So if they ask you, what is the range of values of y such that your curve will never touch the line? What do you think it is? 3. Or you can write less than 4. Or 3 and below. Okay, but when your y is less than 4, any line you draw will not cut your curve at all. So the lowest is here already, cannot go any lower. All of you physics students? Who is physics student? Less than half. Okay. Are you a physics student? No, just checking. Okay, I will leave you to do 9 on your own. I will go through 10 as a summary. Okay, so can you fill in the table of values? I calculate in the office just now, but I hope it's correct because my calculator is like the teacher. So just add in the numbers first. I will show you the whole graph question, how it will look like in exam, and how you will attempt it. Of course it's not. Minus 1.5. 1.5. Yeah. Can. Okay, shh. I'm using this so that you can see clearly. One big green box is 2 cm by 2 cm. Okay, one small one here is 1 cm by 1 cm. Make sure you know this because questions say 2 cm to represent 1 unit on the x-axis 1 cm to represent 1 unit on the Y. So we check. Your biggest Y value is 3.17. The smallest one is minus 3.17. So you just need to make sure it goes lowest minus 4, highest 4. Your X is from minus 3 to 3. Just make sure you have enough space for this. Okay, so when you plait, you draw a line across. Make sure you have enough. So we start from 3. Or we have plenty of space. Yeah. Like this. Turn. Okay, for your y-axis. Make sure you have enough up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's a very small graph. Okay, x and y axis. So now you plot. Okay, I'm showing you through and through the whole graph. So first one is minus 3 and minus 3 point something, 3.1. So maybe somewhere here. Minus 2, minus 2 and 1/4. So about 5 boxes. So maybe here. Okay, minus 1 and a half here. Minus 0.5, minus 1 and a half. Sorry? You also want to draw? Then take. Okay, sure. You all should start buying, Zeros? Yeah. Did I miss out? Oh, I draw at the wrong place, my God. Okay, plot out your points.
Safely.
0.2 and 2.7. Okay, it will look like it's a crazy graph, but if you look at this, can you make a guess why it's crazy? It's a split graph. So if you can make sense out of the splitting, then your graph will not be scary looking. So let me draw out.
on the left
What do you mean?
for the vertical line.
Vertical line? Positive, positive, negative, negative. Why?
Never mind.
So it's a split graph, huh? So don't be shocked if your graph looks interesting because you have learned more types of graph now. The most important thing is don't join like that. It will be nonsense already. That will be my heart rate or my pulse. So don't go and join them. It's meant to split. Because at 0, this is undefined. So this is how your graph should turn out.
Must it like curve down?
Curve down? Yeah, like that. Like that.
Oh. So if I don't curve down, it's wrong.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. Focus, focus. Okay, if you look at your equation, this is your original graph, and they say use your graph to find two solutions, meaning it must intersect with a line. And this is your curve. This one. You want to keep it here and shift the 2 over to the other side. Okay? So you will end up having this. So this is your curve, which is y. And this is your line, which is minus 2. So they want you to draw the line y equals to minus 2. So just now, Krishvan was asking, what is the suitable line that you are talking about? Is this one. So go and draw the line y equals to minus 2. And find the two solutions. Okay, go and look at where it intersects the graph and find your two solutions. So one is here. Okay, yours should be more accurate than mine. Huh? So I think you will find one being x equals to minus 1.8. Then another one is here, which is x equals to minus 0.3. So these are your two solutions. Okay, so the moment you can identify this line is 1 mark. You find the two solutions is the second mark. So read through the question. Sometimes the question may be even kinder. They give you equals to 0. Then where do you draw your line? At the 0 line. Then go and read. In this case, no solution because it doesn't cut the 0 line. Okay, now they ask you a thinking question. O-level like to ask this. When will the curve never have a solution when you cut it with a line? When will it happen? Which zone will not have any solution? In the middle, right? This stretch. When my horizontal line is in this middle zone, it will not cut it at all. Correct. So your point is to go and find this zone. So in this yellow zone, if your line appears here, it will never cut the curve. So you go and read what this value is. I think it's about at minus 1.4. Okay, then this part is about at 1.4. Okay, so this zone is where your y is between minus 1.4 to 1.4. There will be no solution. So this is C part 2's answer. So this is the only thinking question they can put in your graph question, but may or may not have. Okay, depends on the setter. No, I'm just finding myself funny. Okay, so whatever I ask you to solve, you always ask yourself this. Where is my original graph? So on the left hand side, I have this part of my, I have this part of my original graph, but I'm short of something there. What is the thing that I'm short of compared to my original graph? What should I add here? I need it to be like that. I need it to look like this, but I'm almost there. Yes. So you must put an X in so that it becomes this. So what you do to the left, you must do the same thing to the right. So can you see now here is a 2x minus 1. This is your curve, which is equals to y. So they ask you, what is the equation of the straight line? It is just this. So just go and write this equation down, and they say draw this line out. So how to draw? Just come up with your own table of values. Pick any 2x value. I always like 0 and 1 because it's easy to calculate. But this time round, I cannot pick, I can pick 0. So sub in 0, you get minus 1. Sub in 1, you get 2 minus 1, which is 1. So go and plot these 2 points out. We have 0 minus 1 and 1, 1. So go and draw this line out. And by drawing this line, you get 1 mark. Finding the intersection, you get your second mark. So go and read. One of it cuts here. So it's x equals to minus 0.35. The other one is here, 1.4. So D part 2. So this is a full question. So I repeat one more time. First part, they ask you to draw 3 marks, right? Second part, they will give you a value that is equals to, go and find the intersection. Okay? Then they will ask you to draw a tangent line at a point, find the gradient, another 2 marks. So that's 7 marks already. And the very last part, find suitable line, draw it, find intersection, another 2 marks. So it can be 9 marks. Okay, so you sort out your graph, you are almost 1/3 of the paper done. So the graph, that's all I can test you. The tangent line, gradient of the tangent, draw out the graph. Draw out the line, find intersection, find suitable line, find intersection, that's all. So 8 to 9 marks. You practice a few graph questions, make sure you can do. Then 1/3 of the marks you secure already. The rest is your indices, compound interest, standard form, and coordinate geometry. Okay? So you must sort out your graph. Do a few. So how long did the girl and the cyclist rest? Let's look at the girl first. The girl is here. How long did the girl rest? No change in distance. Yeah. 1 hour because from 2 to 3. So the girl rested 1 hour. What about the boy? The cyclist. He not be boy, right? Boy rest for how long? The boy is resting here. How long did the cyclist rest? We check, from here to here. A bit longer than 1 hour, I think. So 5 boxes for an hour. 1 hour, how long? 60 divided by 5, 12 minutes. So this cyclist rested 1 hour and 12 minutes. Because rested one hour and 1 box, so 12 minutes. How far did each of them travel in the first 2 hours? So let's look at the girl first. The girl started from here, right? So first 2 hours, here. How long did the girl travel? What is the distance here? 15 kilometers. So girl, 15 kilometers. What about, until this example, you have learned everything enough for the paper already. So the last part, after WA, I will go through it. I don't want to rush through that part. But I want to give you the assignment. Okay, this assignment is prepared based on Taylor series question. So you got to do it today, and then I will go through it with you tomorrow. It will test your understanding for this chapter. Yeah, I should. Okay, so today when you go home, please do the graph question. If you don't have graph paper, go and buy.
What's this for?
Assignment for this chapter.
Homework?
So today you go back home. You can try the first 6 questions.
Why?
Must do the 2 graphs. Just to make sure that you know. Monday. Any extra pass down to there? Any more extra?
What do you mean? This one.
Who else don't have? Okay,
This one? When's your birthday? When's your birthday?
Why?
Can you tell me when's your birthday?
Over.
When?
Is it? I'm an April person.
When?
Over.
Why you not tell?
Why must tell? No.
Which one was birthday?
Over.
When?
15.
That's after Brennan.
So we look like the same type.
Why you not tell?
The straightforward type. Okay, so let me repeat, Shh. You need to know chapter 3, indices, compound interest, standard form. So just looking at this itself is 3 questions in your WA paper. Question 1 can have 3-4 parts, all testing indices. So compound interest and or I can test 2 questions on indices. You look at past year paper. Chapter 4, coordinate geometry. Unit gradient. Unit y equals to mx plus c. And length formula. Okay. Then chapter 5. So the 14 types, the tangent plus gradient, the suitable line. So out of 30 marks, you can roughly guess where are all the questions. I will definitely test you indices. Most of the 9 laws will be tested. Compound interest, I can ask you to find A or ask you to find I. Either or both. Okay, standard form, I can always ask you to represent your answer in this manner. And A must be between 1 and 10. Gradient must know how to calculate. I give you gradient y-intercept, you must give me equation. And if I give you 2 points, you must be able to calculate the length for me. Graph is one big graph. Make sure you know how to draw the tangent line, find the gradient, suitable line. So the 14 types of graph is the straight line. Okay, the positive one, power 1. The smiling, frowning, power 2. The cubic one, power 3. Okay, the break one, split. Okay, or the opposite. Then the square, which is both up or both down. And then of course your exponential one. Okay, or the below one. So these are all the positive ones. Okay, then all the reflection. This one the unreflected. Okay? So you know the overview, then it shouldn't be so challenging. Yeah. So you know how to. So you when you ask me to draw, you won't be scared.
Which one get 39? Why are you counting? You know your age.
I'm 8'6". You count.
86.
I realized my lesson ends at 45.
Continue already, I reflect. So you didn't know?
I thought it was 35.
But it's okay. It's too late now. 35 was like 10 minutes.
Okay, but shh, maybe just a quick one. How to find acceleration in the first 10 seconds?
Run.
What is acceleration?
The radius.
Yes.
See,
So just rise, overrun. This is the acceleration. What is the deceleration? Also rise.
16 Joy, I love right.
Overrun. Okay? Okay, so tomorrow, shh, when you come to class, the assignment must be done. I need to see 2 graphs. Okay, so today you go back and do. Tomorrow bring the assignment. It's very important. First 6 questions. I still have some here.
You tell her. You want to tell her. You ask me.
Here.
Six. She doesn't need to go to graph.
Okay, ready? Work hard. Don't regret later.
Just look at chess.
Tomorrow I come. Then have the class go do your work. Wednesday I MC. Then you only have yourself to depend on. Okay, you kill me tomorrow. I kill you back on Wednesday.
I'll bring you Los Angeles.
So please
Water.
work hard.
Happy by
Do you understand?
It's
Okay, thank you class. Outside the. Oh, you want to do here? Outside the ARP table.
the fan how?
What fan? Oh, I forgot. I text now.